Oh, hey guys. So, this is my next album review for my friends and fans. And as you can see on the title, I'm going to be doing an album review on the new album from the band named Van Halen, entitled A Different Kind of Truth. Now, this album was released sometime in February this year, and the label for this album is Interscope Records, and I decided to check the whole album out on Spotify, and I was pretty excited for this album since I liked some Van Halen songs like Jump, Hot for Teacher, and Eruption, and all sorts of cool Van Halen songs. So I listened to the whole album, and I'm going to give you guys my opinions on this album. Now, everything that I say in this review are opinions, so don't even bash me on this review of what I say for this review, because it's just my taste and my thoughts of this album. So, what do I think of the new Van Halen album, A Different Kind of Truth? This album is not one of the greatest 2012 albums I've heard this year. So, this album, in my opinion, is a disappointment. So, if you want a positive review for this album, just go and watch a different YouTube video of a different YouTuber reviewing the album. Or if you're just like me, who doesn't like the album a lot, but thought it was not that bad or okay, then stick around for this review. So, I am not really anticipated for this album, although it got positive reception and it was highly anticipated by the critics, and a lot of people like this album, and this whole album to me was not terrible, but it is a disappointing album. So this album isn't going to be added in my top 10 albums of 2012 already, and I apologize for that, guys. So let's get to the tracks. Tattoo. Tattoo is a okay, pretty good song, and I thought the chorus was pretty catchy, and the guitar solo is actually really cool as well. So Tattoo isn't that bad. She's the Woman. She's the Woman is basically the same as Tattoo. It's not bad, but it isn't really great. But other than that, this song is, like I said, pretty good. And the music is also cool, and I like that song as well. It's not that bad of a track, so yeah. You and Your Blues. You and Your Blues, I thought it was meh. It was just okay for my taste, and I just don't really know what to say about that one. So yeah, I thought the music was okay, and some parts were pretty good, and some of the lyrics on this album are not great, but okay, to be honest. So You and Your Blues is basically a okay track for me. Chinatown. Chinatown is pretty cool. I mean, I actually kind of like that one. Just like Tattoo and She's the Woman. And I thought it was just pretty catchy, and I really liked the the guitar solo on that one, and it's another pretty cool track on this album. Blood and Fire. Blood and Fire. I don't really know what to say about that track, just like You and Your Blues, but it was not that awful, but it was just what? It was okay, so it ain't that bad of a song. Bullethead. Bullethead is pretty cool. I mean, I liked the chorus for it. I thought it was, catchy, just like Tattoo and all sorts. There's been a few pretty good catchy parts in some of these songs. So, Bullethead is another good track on the album. As is the same feeling that I have with You and Your Blues and Blood and Fire. I don't really know what to say about that one either. So I thought it was not bad. So basically, some of the songs on this album aren't that bad, but some of these songs for the rest of the album don't really interest me. And the 8th track, Honey Baby Sweetie Doll, oh my god, I really did not like that one. I thought it was just, I don't know what to say about it. I thought it was just all over the place, sloppy, and I just didn't appreciate David Lee Roth's low octaved talking vocals, and the music to me was just not very good, and the whole song is not perfect. I mean, it is just boring, and I wouldn't call that one a pretty good and cool and great Van Halen song at all. So I really didn't like that one. It's just all over the place, and that's just what I think. The Trouble with Never. The Trouble with Never is a lot better than Honey Baby Sweetie Doll, that's for sure. I thought it was okay. It was just pretty good, and I just don't really know what to say about all these tracks on this album, since I didn't like the album very much. And I was just pretty silent after I listened to the whole album. So The Trouble with Never is not perfect, but it was just what? It was just alright. Outer Space. Outer Space is possibly one of the coolest songs on this album, like Tattoo and She's the Woman and Chinatown. I thought this one was just pretty catchy, to be honest. I mean, it is pretty cool. I mean, I thought it was just pretty fun to listen to, and the music was pretty cool as well, and it's just a good track on the album. Definitely check it out if you want to. Stay Frosty. Stay Frosty is yet again not a brilliant track. I thought it's just the same as Honey Baby Sweetie Doll. It's all over the place for me, and I just didn't particularly like it that much. And the whole song to me was not that great that much, but I thought it was a disappointing track, and it's basically not a great track at all. And it's, just not perfect of a song. So I just don't know what to say about that one. So, moving on. Big River. Big River is surprisingly pretty cool. It was catchy enough for me. I thought the guitar work from Eddie Van Halen from some of these songs are pretty well done from the guitar solos, but I think he used a bit of too many, wah-wah pedal styled effects to the guitar solos really, and I know he's just trying to be creative for a lot of these songs, but I don't think a lot of the creativity on some of these songs aren't that bad, but they're just not pretty bad. They're not pretty bad, but I just don't think the whole album has a lot of good creativity whatsoever in the album. So Big River is okay. Beats Working. Beats Working is just not that great of a song really. I mean, it was not that bad, but it's just not as good as some good songs on the album. So Beats Working is not a terrible track, but it's not like Stay Frosty and Honey Baby Sweetie Doll, but this whole album is basically nothing special to me whatsoever. Beats Working is just not that bad. So, like I said, the creativity for this album is nothing great. I mean, there's been some good parts from the album, some parts of the songs, and some good guitar solos from Eddie Van Halen. But other than that, I just really couldn't get into this album at all. So, for those who really like this album, I guess you can just respect my opinions on this album. But for those who don't like the album, then that is just fine. And there's been basically better 2012 albums have been made this year. So, A Different Kind of Truth is not horrible, but it's basically one of the biggest disappointments to me. So, I was pretty let down for this album. And, yeah. And the album was ranked at number 1 in the UK rock album chart, and the rest of the charts were pretty high from different album charts from different countries, and it's just really anticipated, like I said earlier, and they're just trying to make this whole album perfect like all of the other Van Halen albums that they have done since their first album, but I think their music just basically changed it all a little bit. I thought it was a bit different for what I was expecting from this band. So, in all fairness, this whole album isn't that perfect. It isn't a huge letdown, but it's just a disappointment of an album to me. So, I wouldn't give this album a really low score, but this album should give the rating of 3 stars out of 5. This album, to me, is not that great, but this album could, improve next time. So that's basically my review for the new Van Halen album, A Different Kind of Truth. And thanks for watching. I hope some of you guys respect my opinions and thoughts on the album, and I'll keep you posted for more album reviews really soon. So, rock on guys, and Thanks for watching.